You know, it was funny being at a conference, and a guy was walking back into the conference hall, and he says to me, well, I wonder when we're going to get COVID. I said, what? He said, think about it. We're probably all going to get COVID. I'm like, ew, like, you're right. It's awful. I mean, I don't even want to think about it, but it's, you know.
And you know what? You could get it and it could be nothing more than a runny nose and a sore throat. Like, you just don't know.
You don't know, but it could be the opposite end of the spectrum. So I just as soon not find out for myself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is why we all need to look after ourselves to have the best immunity, right?
Yeah.
And that goes with not just food, right? Your supplements and looking after your mental health, because we know if you're stressed, our immunity is not high. So this is why we are here. Everything you do and you practice within what we do will help your immunity with, you know, anything, right? But
For sure.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just start with, we're going to start with the check-in and wins, and then we'll kind of do the meditation after that. So yeah, I look forward to hearing how everyone's been the last week or two. Some people have been a couple weeks or 3 weeks, which is totally fine. And I'm just so grateful that you are here. And yeah, check-in and wins. So whoever wants to go for it.
All right, I'll jump up. I'm sitting here going through my head going, I don't really know if I've got anything to say, but it's been a couple weeks. I think things are going pretty good considering, like I said, the state of Alberta at the moment for, you know, on many levels, whether you're a, you know, university parent or
Right.
So externally wise, I guess it's a struggle, right? Like it's, you know, it's a lot of the unkindness out there. Like I said, have your opinion, but the amount of unkindness that's going along with it is, you know, really hard to take some days and really hard to stick to your beliefs one way or another when you're reading so much negativity and whatnot. But I think work-wise, I've been doing pretty good at you know, maintaining I can only do what I can do, and I'm one person, and get done, like I said, what I can in the time allotted, and trying not to, you know, put myself out there too much. And yeah, so I think that's a win. Is like I said, work-wise, I'm starting to be able to separate that stress level, I guess, and we'll see. I guess it was nice to be back in the office we lasted all of 4 weeks, I think. And even in that, there was some days off and whatnot, but yeah, back at home, hopefully we can power through a few more months.
Yeah. And how is your garden?
So last Thursday, last week, I should say, I had thought I had till Friday to kind of like, okay, Friday, I'll get my stuff out of the garden. And Thursday night, my daughter had her first volleyball games in I don't know how long. They played just some of the local schools, so I was able to go and watch and video that for some of the other parents. So I got home after that, and my husband goes, oh, I think it might freeze tonight. And I thought, oh, no big deal. Yeah, so that frost caught me a little off guard, but I mean, my tomatoes didn't grow as big as I'd hoped anyway, so I managed to still get a few boxes of tomatoes off of them, but there was a lot that also stayed in the garden to replenish the soil for next year, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That frost caught me off guard on Thursday night. I was ready for it on Friday, and yeah, I didn't get there. So that was unfortunate. But, you know, I think for me, the bigger part is I love the starting of it, right? The new growth, the spring, you're just ready for something new. That was kind of the fun of like, oh, what's going to come up? What's going to grow? And by August, you're kind of over it. It's like, okay, picking some things when you can, but you know, given the year we had, it was like I said, take what you can get, but it wasn't as big of a deal to me towards the end. So yeah.
Well, as long as you got some stuff out of it, right? It's always good to, and sometimes when you get too much, then that's overwhelming too, right?
Well,
It's
and like you said, they were all such small tomatoes that I was like, yeah, what am I gonna, I'm not gonna start, peeling all these tomatoes or anything like that. Like for such small tomatoes, I was like, yeah, I don't even know what I'd have done with them all if I had gotten more. So yeah, definitely I have more than enough in my garage right now.
Yeah.
We'll see what ripens or what maybe was that I lost that I didn't realize. But yeah, but on the weekend, again, a productive weekend, got some of my garden boxes cleared out and stored and windows washed and things like that. So now I'm kind of on a mission. I have a couple days off this week. So now I'm like, okay, got to finish the windows and, got the motivation started. Hopefully I can find it again on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Well done. Yeah. And I think that, when we can see that at least even you've already got some garden stuff done and you've already got some windows, right? It motivates us then to finish it. It's like, okay, I've done good. I'm going to finish it off. And I left, I was away, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And so I asked the girls to clean the windows, but they just had to do the insides. And then I said, we'll do the outsides another day. Oh my gosh. So we're going to have to do the insides again, especially the one. I opened the big window and I look and I'm like, there are just like streaks of, I don't know what. I'm like, okay, well, obviously your father did not pay attention and we need a lesson on how to clean windows.
Well, and maybe, I don't know, Nikki's our cleaning expert, but I'll share my tip. My girlfriend, because same thing, she's always washing her windows. I'm like, how do you, I hate washing windows. I feel like they look worse after I'm done than when I started. And so I'm like, I'll pay somebody to come wash windows. And my girlfriend said she puts Finish Jet Dry in her water, like her window washing water, and uses a squeegee. And I'm like, oh, I can put all those years of working in a gas station to work with my squeegee skills. And you know what? It really eliminates a lot of those streaks and stuff. So that's my
trick.
Squeegee and Finish Jet Dry.
I would buy Nikki's products if I lived in Canada. She'll be the first person I order off of. My trick, Norwex EnviroCloth and cleaning cloth. I don't even use squeegee anymore. It's
okay, so I have the window cloth, the Norwex window cloth. So then I went, if there was anything along the edge or anything like that, or one little streak that I could maybe see, then I take the window cloth, the Norwex window cloth to it.
I could be a Norwex salesman. I love that Norwex stuff so much.
That's awesome. Perfect. Hey, well, thank you, Jamie. That's great. It's great to see you. All right, who's next?
Well, I'll go ahead. I haven't really said hi to everybody. Hello, everyone. It's really honestly nice to see your smiling faces. It's just, there's, as we all know, there's been a lot going on in our country and with our election, and it's just really nice to see your smiling faces on a screen. And Allison, I had no idea you were from Oklahoma. I've always wanted to go to.
I'm from Alberta. Yeah.
Oh, you're from Alberta, but live in Oklahoma.
My daughter lives in Oklahoma. She's also Canadian, but her husband's military and they're posted here. And I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but it's just, it's not far a drive from from Albuquerque to Oklahoma. So I spend a lot of time here in Oklahoma.
Oh, that is cool. Well, I've been to Albuquerque, so it's really neat to know that. I just thought, well, everybody's from, it's
Alberta.
Really cool.
Well, we all are.
We're all
basically.
spread out. That's cool. So I like the idea of thinking of some wins this week because it's been there's just been a lot going on, and I have kids both university and starting college, and then before the long weekend. Their plans of being in class, like full-time in class, that all changed, and so everybody's been navigating a lot. But a win. I feel really happy that I had already prepaid for some yoga classes, and they were online. So then, because I prepaid, I've been going to yoga. So that's good. If I pay, I go. So that was a pay ahead of time. That's worked really, really well. And then a win that I had, I went out to my mom's ranch and we gathered the cows and calves to wean the calves. And I was really proud of myself because I was the only woman out riding, gathering, with a whole bunch of guys. So it was kind of awesome and fun. And I was really proud of myself being like the only woman out there. So I thought, hey, I'm going to recognize that as a win.
Absolutely.
No kidding. Wow.
Mhm.
Are you on a horse when you do that?
Yep. Yeah, on a horse.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That sounds
And I was-
hard.
I was definitely the oldest person out there too, with with all these young, strong cowboy guys. So it was
Wow.
great, good scenery and a nice day and
That
lots of
is-
youth. And so that was a win.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Love that.
So Dodie and I both grew up on ranches.
Oh, you did. So
Yeah.
you know how to do that too. Get on
Oh,
a
yeah.
horse and herd in cows. Wow.
And then we both rodeoed. Dodie went more
Oh.
years. Dodie was Miss Rodeo Canada one year.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
I think
So you did the
I think
barrel
we
racing
need
and
a
everything.
number. I think
Oh,
we
you
need a number
gals.
where we
Wow.
all
What a
get
cool way to
together
grow
and do
up.
it and know each other. It's
Yeah.
fascinating learning about everybody.
Miss Rodeo Canada. Wow.
Well,
That's cool.
Thank you.
What year was
Thank
that?
you. 1993.
1993. I got to look that up. 1993 Miss Rodeo Canada. Wow. I worked at the rodeo, the Calgary Stampede. So, I know a little bit about rodeo.
For you.
I saw people to their seats.
That's awesome. You would have been so friendly.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, I loved it. I was always envious of you rodeo gals.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the cute cowboys.
That was some nice scenery. I should have appreciated it more. I just took it for
Mhm.
granted, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, Dodie, that you want to share?
No, I think that's a good start.
So the
Thanks.
kids are virtual now, back at home? You're homeschooling again?
Well, my kids are in college.
Oh.
Our local town for school, everyone is still in school.
Oh.
But at university, some of the classes are online and some are in at the university.
Ah.
And then now there's all kinds of like with the vaccination, then you can go to class but it happened like just before everybody was most colleges and universities were starting after the long weekend in
Mhm.
September.
Oh.
So so there was a lot of
Oh,
changes.
boy.
They've all
Everybody
signed
Yeah.
their
had to figure out-
leases, they've all paid their tuition, and
Yeah.
then the contract changed.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And a lot of university kids are withdrawing now, and like we're
What a
stuck and trying
nightmare.
to navigate that, and if they've signed a lease for a year in the city or whatnot. So I'm quite lucky. My daughter elected for online schooling. She was going to just do this semester, and then in August she decided to do the whole year, so she's already registered for all her online classes in January. So we're quite thankful that we've made that choice for this year, and we'll see
Yeah.
what next September brings. But
Wow.
Mhm. It's
Wow.
hard. It's
yeah,
hard.
it's quite
Yeah.
a nightmare right now for a lot of those
Yeah.
kids that are they're just kids, right? They're trying to navigate this too and figure it out. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. Life lessons. Just,
Mm.
just makes us more flexible and adaptable. That's what I'm going to say. Have to look at the positive somewhere, right?
that's what I
Yeah.
tell Hunter. I'm like, if you can do all this online, she graduated from her diploma, well, in September here, she's done her first 2 years. I'm like, at least if nothing else, she has that. But I'm like, again, even in the insurance industry is what she took. And it's like, there's so many jobs that you could be online, you could be from home and whatnot. Like, it just shows that you were able, you could take that on within that industry. There's so much just computer related and things, right? So yeah, so it's like, I think it shows a lot for you, even just to show that you completed that during a pandemic and all online and from home. And like I said, especially in that
Absolutely.
industry, there should be lots of opportunities from home if that's something she wanted in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope you pat yourself on the back, Jamie, too, for doing the exact same thing.
You may never get me back in the office. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But, just saying that we have survived, and yeah. So, all right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see you guys. I always love how much we laugh during this hour. It's so healing. Okay, so my wins are on the weekend. I hosted my forest healing sound bath. So out at our land. About a month ago, I was out there with my singing bowls, and I could perceive this event and the energies, and it was very like creative and playful and dancing in the trees. And I followed my intuition and I created an invitation, and people responded like well. And I was very honored to be the teacher of sound healing with the bowls and the chimes, and I brought my drum, and I stepped into some things that scared the shit out of me. But oh my God, it was so fun. And it was like, it was in alignment with my soul. Like, it sort of takes my breath away. Like, my words are kind of like, it was really cool. I was really grateful. I was really honored, and it was very magical. And there was connection, and there was healing, and it was a very safe place. And yeah, it was really fun. It was just, yeah. So, and then this really cool thing happened that I'd like to share. So I had my bars run on the weekend, and I could perceive this thing that was happening. So my soul was actually like going back in time to like past lifetimes, and was kind of like knocking on the door and was like, hey, she's got it. There's like, it would like keep going, and it would like knock on another door, and it was like essentially like the restructuring of bodies and alignment and soul. Because, and it's like, once you get there once, you can always get there again. There's like this magic in the world, right? So I now know what it feels like for me to teach about sound healing and lead a group with those healers. It's fucking amazing. Like, I just want it all the time. So this week is a very slow week for me, and it's this like, it's in total allowance for me because the universe is restructuring, because my like soul alignment is shifting. So those are wins for me, and I'm so grateful. Like, yeah, it's just the energy of gratitude. So yeah.
It's amazing. So let's just say that when Nikki put it out to offer this, she had one session booked, but she got so many people, she had to book 3 different sessions.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And I just got to talk about the bowls. Like, it was just so, and the chimes, and
So you had the chimes going and the drum and the bowls. And how long was the sound bath for?
I think we were like 20-25 minutes.
Wow.
And like the trees were dancing around us, and the birds, like there was like all these earth energies. So we connected to Mother Earth, we connected to Father Earth, we danced, we held our hearts, and yeah, it was just, it was just a really cool experience. And I just want to say, like, when I reflect back to about a year ago, it was last fall, that we went out to that land and anointed it. I don't actually know if that's the right word, but we had a ceremony. We blessed the land and asked the land about healing and creativity, like truly all the elements I can't remember, but we did spread a grid, And I didn't realize it, but that was like almost exactly a year ago that we were out there and we asked to have this at the land. And then a year later, like it shows up exponentially. And I can perceive what I created was like greater than my wildest dreams, because some of the people that came are really excited about bringing some of their medicines and their healing tools to this land and the people they're following. So that's really cool to me too. So there's more to come.
Beautiful.
So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's so amazing. And I mean, just feeling your energy right now is,
Yeah.
you know, so healing for all of us.
I can
Like,
feel it. Yeah.
absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And just to go
Yes.
back to what we had talked about, right? You had done the meditative, the intuitive state, and then you did the inspired action. And now you're back to the meditative again, just to take it all in, right?
Yeah.
Let everything settle, shift, and then you move forward again. So
100%. So that was a
Right.
really good lesson from last week, Kim. I've thought about that cycle. Yes, that's
Yeah.
what's happening. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Okay. Jade or Allison?
I'll go. Nikki really inspired me because here and talking to Jamie, where she's still finding that you know, she's not taking work as seriously. Well, I feel myself moving back in that direction again. And an example was yesterday when my daughter's opening up a Reiki room and energy healing and all that at a wellness place that's opening down the street. And so she asked me to go shopping with her to help her decorate the room. So I took a couple hours off to do that, but it was not fun because constantly I'm on the phone and then messages are popping up, and then I got back and last night I had to work until midnight to get everything done. And today she's gone shopping now and she said, I don't dare ask you to take an hour off because that means you're going to work till midnight tonight. And I was just, and then I was listening to Jamie and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting back in that vicious circle again. And I need to get out of it. And I'm not sure I know how. So yeah, I think I have been meditating, but I've been so exhausted. I fall asleep every time I meditate, every single time. I'm going to be honest. The last week I've been meditating, boom, I'm out like a light. So I need to really get back on track. And I understand that. The wins are, well, I'm here in Oklahoma and I love hanging out. It's my daughter's 40th birthday. So that's a big win.
Yeah.
She made it to 40, so I'm happy I could be here to spend that with her. And yeah, I've got to focus on more wins and less work because I'm back in that vicious cycle that I've been wanting to get out of. So, and that I felt like I was making progress, and now I feel like I've taken some steps back. So Nikki has really inspired me, and Gina did get a singing bowl as well. And I had a mini, she wanted to practice on a sound bath, and I had a mini sound bath, and I love it because, you know, where it was hard for me to meditate, just the vibrations are enough. You don't have to worry about the little leaf floating down the river or the, you know, to get in that, you know, it just permeates your whole body. It is the coolest sensation. I just love it. So I really felt it when Nikki, she's so passionate about it. When she talks about it, I felt those vibrations that I'm like, yeah, it's the best thing anybody can do for themselves. It really is. I love it. And that was just a mini session that I had. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do, and I'm going to listen to the ones I missed because I like what you were saying, Nikki and Kim, about this, you know, meditative state, and you know, so I need to get back on track.
Yeah. And so I think that, you know, when you say, you know, I'm stuck in the cycle, but you're not, because you're aware of it. And so, you know, it's when it's like, you know, you're about to drop over and don't even know why. You know why. right? You
Yeah.
have the awareness, and this is the cycle of life. This is for all of us, right? And,
Yeah.
you know, we all get, so you really are now in this meditative state of where you need to focus on the quiet. And so, yeah, I really encourage you to prioritize what has to get done, only what has to,
Right.
and you need sleep. I mean, it has to be number one, Allison. I mean,
Yeah.
we do not cope if we do
Yeah.
not sleep, right? And so
Yeah.
prioritize your work, sleep, and then just do some, you know, you might want to do a mini meditation or a breathing exercise,
Mhm.
maybe at 11 o'clock instead of earlier in the morning, or,
Yeah.
you know, go for a walk. And it can be, start adding in things that are short. So go
Yeah.
for, stand outside for 3 minutes.
Yeah. And I did a walking meditation on the weekend, and I love those walking meditations, just listening to them and walking. So those are good. But like I say, I feel like I've got to make it a practice
Yes,
every day.
yes,
If I'm not, I get out of it, and then all of a sudden I'm not in it.
right.
So you're right. I feel like summer's over, and now I've just got to focus on myself. I really do.
Yeah.
So
And this is why this part of the membership, this group coaching, is so important, because then we can support each other and say, look, you see the cycle, right? Whereas
yeah.
normally you would see it and then it's like, well, I don't even know what to do about it, so we don't do anything. Whereas
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, I have the awareness, I need to prioritize, and, you know, then we're accountable also, because then next Tuesday we're going to ask you, how did it go? And even if
Right.
you add one little thing to look after yourself, that's a win.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
And you've done it. So we
Yes.
celebrate what you've done in the past, right? You know you
Right.
can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if
Beautiful.
I can add something,
Me too. Go ahead.
Allison, I really like to use words like play and fun. So like,
Mm.
what is going to be fun for you? How can you
Mm.
play today? How can you make that meditation fun? Because when it's fun, like all judgment is gone, and it's, you just choose
Yeah.
it. The distractions don't come into place. You don't delay because it's fun, right?
I love
So,
that.
mhm,
I love that. I've written that down now. Play and fun. I'm
yeah.
going to add that into my
Mhm,
head so I
mhm,
think about it.
Yeah.
totally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And what I really loved last week was when I actually took a cue card and wrote down, like, we had decided our intentions, and then how we were going to act on our intentions. And I actually did a cue card. And so I wrote down, you know, my things like my wellness things, like my yoga or my walk or I
Mhm.
wrote it down on my cue card and I stuck it on my bathroom mirror. And like, I wrote the cue card right after the class, and then that really, really kept bringing me back to, like, when I'd set that intention. That was
Mm.
really helpful.
Nice. Nice.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Thank
All
you.
right, Jade.
I'll keep it short today. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. We set the intentions to keep my space nice, and it is so nice. And now I've just settled into a routine, which I am like an avid fighter against routines. Like, I just think they drive me just crazy. Like, I always get so bored. But they're so good for me, right? But this one is different. Like, I just feel, because it was just like I set the intention that my space will be cleaner, and then it just naturally other things fell into place with that it just feels like it's just a standard that I've set instead of like a schedule. So I guess, like Nikki was saying, like some fun, like it just feels kind of fun to like go to bed and be like, yes, it's clean again. Like, I don't know, it's just because it's just not me. I'm very unorganized and chaotic, and I usually like that, like, you know, but this is really good. So I'm in a good space. Business is picking up again. So all the work that I kind of laid down, like networking and getting to know people and, you know, reaching out to people out of my comfort zone and all that kind of stuff in August is now paying off. So I'm onboarding a few clients and I'm very excited about it. I'm trying some new things for clients. So
Awesome.
Yeah, so whatever you're laying down today, right? You might not see it tomorrow, but it'll come. It's just like the garden, right? Like it takes some time. So, and that's what's happened. I worked endlessly in August to just lay down the seeds. So now they're
Yeah.
blooming.
That's awesome, Jade. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think also because you moved into a new house, you also started with a new energy within that home, which then, it keeps us going that, okay, this feeling clean and decluttered feels so good. And then the energy of the home is like, yes, it's making me happy too, right? And so it helps to motivate us. And it's like, yeah, it keeps us to continue doing that. So yeah, that's amazing energy. It's awesome. Oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that all of you are here. I think this is our biggest one in a long time, probably since before summer. So yeah, that's fantastic. All right, well, let's do just a little meditation. The meditation today is about creativity, and it really links, like Nikki had said, that when she was getting her session, she perceived the energy of creativity. And when we talk about feminine energy and feminine leadership, one of those powers is creativity. And as women, we do not connect to creativity enough, because we think of it, when I say, are you creative? Lots of people will say no, because I don't paint. Well, I don't make stuff, right? But that doesn't have to be creative. So creative can be an engineer, or you have a job. I had some good examples in my head and now they're like gone, but creative can be just problem solving, right? Creative thinking, looking outside of the box, but we don't practice it enough so that it starts to become naturally. So I'm just going to help us to really get into that creative mindset and to really set that energy and shift it a bit. So you can get comfortable. You can just close your eyes when you're ready. Take a couple deep breaths. Now just draw your attention to your breath and just notice how you are feeling. Now notice your thoughts and then go back to your breath. Notice your physical body. Any aches, pains, tension. Just bring awareness to those areas. Now take a deep inhale, filling the lungs as much as you can. And when you're ready, release it slowly and completely. And feel as if you can let everything go with that exhale, all the tension in your body. And do it one more time. Scan your body, starting at the top of your head. Just relax and release as you scan down through your body. Observe what is. Notice any reactions, expectations, judgments, and release. Release it all with the breath. You notice it, you accept it, and then release it with the breath. So today we're going to focus on one of the feminine powers, which is creativity. And creativity is all about bringing something new into the world. It's our chance to make the world more beautiful or efficient or compassionate. So I'm going to read a reading to you about creativity. Before I start, just put your hands on your lower abdomen, below your belly button. This is your sacral chakra, and this is where our creativity comes from. Just allow your hands to heat this area up. Bring awareness. Imagine an orange light in that area. Allow your creativity to blossom. For too long, you have held back. For too long, you have limited your natural creative leanings and talents. Maybe someone told you you couldn't create, or being creative wasn't worthwhile. Maybe you started telling yourself that. You are creative. You have a creative self within that wants to play, wants to be let loose, wants to create. Set that part of you free. Let yourself play with life, with work, with projects. So after this, you may want to just think or write a list of negative things you believe about your creative abilities. What you think, what you've been told, and what you tell yourself. And then rip it up. Now make a new list in your head of all the things that are true, or that you believe could be true, or that you want to be true. Let go of all the blocks. You are creative. You can create. And that you are a connected, creative force of the universe. When you find your connection to creativity, the entire universe will come alive for you. It will help you, guide you, inspire you. You will find yourself imagining something, then being led right down a path that will help you create it. When you don't know what to do next, you can listen to your heart and let God, the universe, guide you. Creativity is the inherent nature of the world, the universe. The universe creates, and the universe needs your help in creating. Creating brings you into harmony with the universe, yourself, and the rhythm of life. Notice how you feel. Bring your attention back to your breath. Take a deep inhale, filling your body with a piece of this moment. And with your exhale, begin the process of releasing your creativity into the world. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Hey, so you can't make this stuff up. When Nikki says, talk about being playful, talk about fun, and then we talk about it in the reading about playing. I wanted to stop and just say, you can't make this shit up, but I thought, within the middle of the meditation, I'd wait till I was done. But right? So that is a message that we needed to hear today. right? That life is about play and fun. And it is not worth it to get stuck in this craziness and in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, like that's what I get the theme is. It's like this is what the world needs more of. This
Yeah.
is what's lacking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, especially now, right? We
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
it more than ever.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that the creativity, right, is it gives us the ability to make life worth living. But we need that creativity to be able to do that. Every single person has the power of creativity within them. It will look different for all of us. But some people will say, I'm not creative. It's just that they need to awaken their creativity and to see what it looks like for them, right? So there are, to help awaken the power, there were 3 things that I had read that helps. So to open up that sacral chakra and connect, one of them is laughter. So you need to laugh more. That vibration opens the creativity up. So that means either you're talking to people that make you laugh, watch a show, watch some of those silly baby videos, right? Like just laugh.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, right? It just, laughter will help. Do something artistic. And you don't have to, the thing is that there's no judgment in this.
Right.
So you say I can't draw, but I doodle. I like to doodle. And so
I
I
do
kind of
too.
like to doodle mandalas sometimes flowers. So even if you're like, you know what, while I'm going to listen to a meditation, I'm going to doodle. I'm just going to draw for 5 minutes. No one is looking at it. It's just for you. It's just to start those creative juices to flow. And remember that, you know, it can be painting, drawing, knitting, sewing, poetry. Writing poetry is being creative. Any kind of writing, gardening, woodworking. Allison, what happened to pottery?
That's a thing. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm writing this down right now because they had closed the studio because of COVID, and we're going to start up classes again in the fall.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
That, because you're right. It is something I'd like to try.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim's like that little angel that sits right here and like argues with your devil.
Oh yeah,
right.
there's that thing. Right. So good.
But yeah, I'm glad you reminded me, because you're right. I think it would be cool to try that. So
yeah.
I'm going to make that happen.
Awesome. And then the other thing to do is to redecorate a room. Now, I'm going to make this simple. It doesn't have to be big. So maybe you don't have to redecorate the whole room. But remember when I don't know, whoever was on, I had all over my wall before like the beginning of September, like I had notes, I had massive vision boards everywhere. And it was just time to bring that all down. And so I completely redid this area. And that doesn't mean I didn't paint or anything, right? I just hung up new things. I have a new whiteboard. I write notes to myself. I have my little, like these are where all my crystals are, my crystal tree. I have a couple affirmations up here, my cross. I put up, like this is one of my daughter's paintings.
Nice.
I put up one of my, I don't know, a Van Gogh painting when I went to the Van Gogh thing. And then I also put up all different paintings that my kids have done recently. And like, they are really good. They do not get their painting talent from me. But yeah, so anyway, so
I like that.
I felt I needed to do that, but it really did bring out that creativity. so that when I sit down within this area, I feel inspired. It has an
Yeah.
energy in me. And I just kind of look and remind myself of how I felt when I was at Van Gogh or whatever it is. So I challenge all of you to pick one area in your house. And like I said, it can be a table. We don't have to do a whole room.
Mhm.
Look at something that you know is not inspiring you anymore. And maybe you have something new. Maybe you need to move something into a different spot. Okay, maybe you need to hang something, a different painting in a different place, whatever it is. You don't have to buy anything. But I really want you to see if you can switch something else up in your home by next Tuesday. Just the movement of something. That's my challenge. So
Like it.
those things are creative. Now, when I was reading and really talking, they had also said, which I thought was really interesting, is that if you make a change in your bedroom, you're actually doing a double ignition of creativity, because that is where we sleep. So now you're setting up the energy of where you spend a lot of time. I haven't done that in my bedroom, but it was interesting. I was like, okay, maybe I need to focus there too. And just, I have shelves in there with lots and lots of trinkets that have a lot of meaning to me, but it might be time to shift them and maybe not maybe have as many and whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But it really is focusing on, what does creativity mean to me and how can I add a bit more of it into my life? So I think right now, number one, like Nikki had said, looking at things through play and fun. And that is really going to help you to really start setting that up. So I'd like to go around and just quickly tell us what you think you are good at creatively.
I'll go. I love to create with my essential oils. So when I make like room sprays and things like that, like that's where I'm creative. So I always set an intention of what I would like to receive from the spray. Like my immune boosting spray is, it supports our immune system, it defends and protects, it's kills any airborne or surface bacteria. And then I just play and I just I don't know, it's just really fun for me. So that's where I like to be creative.
Beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to say for me, I am really creative in planning. Like when I was a teacher, I liked to do different projects. I liked to turn my classroom into an airplane at Christmas and fly all over the world. And,
wow.
Yeah. So I take that, I feel, into, hopefully my lessons with you, or, like when I'm teaching things, when I sit down, I feel like when I'm planning a workshop, that is where my creativity comes out.
Do mine. I hate to use the word creative accounting because that might have different meanings to different people. But again, I work with numbers, right?
Yes.
So it's like, you can definitely, like if it's, budgeting or something, and it's like you can, okay, well, if we, change this number, how's that going to flow through to here? Or taking a report and making it so somebody who's maybe not in accounting can make sense of it, or I don't know, like I said, weird things.
That's a gift. Don't sell yourself short.
Like
Jamie,
I said, it's, numbers.
Yeah,
that's a big gift, Jamie.
Yeah. and
numbers,
yeah,
I don't do numbers.
Absolutely, that is creativity, because you have to see it and you have to be able to visualize what would change versus if we change this to this to this.
Yeah,
so,
and why I see things how I see them, and trying to portray that to somebody else. It's like, well, yeah, but if if you're looking at this doesn't make sense. Like you can't have X plus Y can't equal Z, or like what, like, and why not, or like it's, I don't know, like I just that would be my creative accounting.
Absolutely.
Love it.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I'm, You know, yeah, I was almost going to say something that I shouldn't say.
Good.
So
I'm
I'm not
proud of
saying
you.
it. But
Good.
I am very organized and take great pride in that. When you're talking about changing things around, I just did that to my office. And, you know, I changed the desk around and moved things around and purged some stuff. And I'm that person that after I do that, I walk in there and admire it a
Yes.
number of times.
Yes.
Yeah. and it gives me a really good feeling. I'm also very like, I like to lay out on Friday what I'm going to do on Monday. So that, and when I don't do that, I get very discombobulated in the brain because I'm like, I know what I need to do, but I'm still old school with my moleskin notebook, and it has to be a moleskin. So that's kind of stupid too. But anyway, and it has to be a particular moleskin. So yeah, I think maybe that's where I'm creative. But on the other hand, I love crafts. I love Michaels. I decided I was going to get into beading. So I tried beading. Well, I didn't really like beading.
Yeah.
So now my daughter's got all the beading stuff because she's actually good at making bracelets. I'm good at starting crafts. I'm not good at completing them, but I love doing them. So, you know, I try a little bit of everything.
And
I've
that's
tried knitting.
amazing. And I think
Yeah.
the thing is, you keep trying until you find something that you love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
So it's fun.
That's awesome. Good.
I became very good at one time at collecting. My hobby was collecting craft supplies.
I've had that hobby as well.
Yeah. I never really had time to use them, but I had fun shopping for them.
Yeah,
I know.
so
All
true.
our scrapbooking collections. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
Nothing better than a craft store to make you feel happy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
Truth.
Jade, how about you?
I think there's two areas that I'm quite creative in. One is problem solving. I'm really great at seeing the big picture of things and being able to think of ways to go under things, around things, like whatever. So that's really great. And then I'm really grateful to have a career that I can be creative in. I'm super creative with social media. A lot of my clients don't really touch base with me a lot, and I'm able to kind of read their minds a little and figure them out. And you know, I get really creative with the graphics and the writing of the posts and getting to know them, and then figuring out what else they need in their business, and you know, adding puzzle pieces that maybe they didn't know they needed or that they were missing. So I'm really creative there. And yeah, there's been times that I've like missed things I'm supposed to be doing because I'm like so into my social media. It's like I only need to do 5 posts. It's like I've done 10. And people don't like social media. I don't like the energy sometimes from it, but the act of creating for it and creating newsletters for my clients and blogs and all that kind of stuff. Just, yeah, I'm very creative.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I have to say, so Jade helps me with a lot of my posts. And the one that you did where you quoted me, where it looks like I quoted myself, but I was like, wow, I really said that? Because I know you're like, oh, you're always writing notes. I can tell when we're in here, you take stuff, and the sky one with the vastness. I was like, wow, that sounds so good, Kim. I'm so glad that Jade heard that. But then to take it and make it into a post, right? Yeah, anyhow, that was one of my favorites.
It's very cohesive too, right? Like it's all very in alignment and in theme with your colors, your things. So yeah, it looks good, girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And Dodie.
So I would say I like hearing everybody's variety. What came to my mind was I've been giving a little 7-year-old boy riding lessons over the summer. And I really enjoy creating like what we will do because I'm a teacher also. So it's really fun for me to plan, you know, his activities that his exercises he's doing. And we always end with a game. And so it's been really fun kind of creating like, you know, exactly like picking up his lesson. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I just wanted this to, you know, when we say all these things, to show you that not one person said painting is their creative thing, right? And so that creativity is not, because people just instantly think creativity and they think art, right? But it doesn't have to be that. But it's good for us to go outside of our comfort zone and try other things too. So yeah, so see if you can switch something around maybe in your house to change a little bit of energy there. Yeah, so Friday is on. Sylvia has said that she is going to be here hell or high water. So, so anyhow, we will, yeah, hoping that everything will work out for her for that. So, thank you. all for being here. Pardon?
What time is that?
Same time, 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, 12
Okay.
o'clock our time. Yeah, so if you need
Will
anything,
there be a replay?
yes, it will.
Will there be a replay on that one?
Yeah, it'll be in the trainings also. You'll be able to find it.
Putting it in my calendar the last 2 times about 4 o'clock on Friday, I was like, darn it, I missed it. And then I went to my email and was like, oh, it was canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Putting it
maybe
in my phone this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Maybe it's like it's just meant to be this
Right?
week. Hey,
Yeah.
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 So that's perfect. Yeah, thank you, universe.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thanks, you
I'm
guys.
you,
Good
so
seeing you all.
grateful for
Thank
Have a
all
good
of you.
you.
week.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
week.
Guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.